Good day, Kawartha Lakes taxpayers. It's Bill here from the Kawartha Insider.
And Doug with the Kawartha Insider.
Doug's got some interesting facts, legal facts, that he wants to bring to the attention of all the citizens and taxpayers in rural Kawartha.
Yeah, back pre-amalgamation, we were the county of Victoria. Everybody had a separate set of bylaws in the communities that they were in. And what happened during the amalgamation is that they were given 1 year to actually set a set of rules for the city of Kawartha Lakes bylaws. Now here is a document stating, okay, that they have a false sense of security and a false sense of the ability for authority.
Authority, Doug. Legal authority they don't even have.
Yeah.
They think they do.
They think they have the right to, with this jurisdiction, this note here, that they have the right to go around with bylaws and control people. They don't.
No. Now let's just clarify it for the viewers. This document was signed by the province and by the county of Victoria. At that time would have been the mayor of Lindsay and all the reeves. There were 16 townships within the county of Victoria. So what happened was they moved from a two-tier government into a single-tier government back in 2000. Well, upon doing that, they had some legal requirements in completing this transition. First off, they had to eliminate townships that we're still operating under today, 23 years later. They had to, and all the bylaws are all different in every one of the townships. So what they had to do in this agreement, it states out very clearly, the government gave them 1 year to simplify all the zonings, the bylaws, the usages, clear across all rule, now the new city of Kawartha Lakes. Jesus, Doug, they forgot to do it.
Yeah.
It's normal, though.
What, 19 years?
No, 20.
20 years?
20. They had 1 year to do it.
Yeah.
And they forgot to do it.
They did not.
But all they were worried about, and they concentrate on as usual, is money. That's all these people want is taxpayers' money. You know, it's disgusting.
Yeah, reason to charge people.
Yep. I mean, here we are at that meeting that Mr. Ashmore, town hall meeting he calls it. Come out and tell me your issues and your concerns. And holy man, all hell broke loose. They weren't happy with no tax increase. They wanted to know where in the hell is all our money gone. Millions and millions and millions of dollars that they wanted, and I raised the issue for them. I don't know whether people are aware in the budget, Jackie, you likely have never found provincial offences, fines. The city takes in millions of dollars, okay, every year, and it's nowhere shown in the budget. Could you tell us, Mr. Mayor, where all these millions of dollars are going? Because the city gets that money. I just got my fines today, okay, that we're appealing. We already filed our appeal in Osgoode Hall. And also, Mr. Mayor, how many legal actions have you been served of lawsuits pending against the city, the staff, yourself, councillors that have been doing some pretty shady things, changing people's zonings, changing the usages on their property, charging people under the bylaw then, taking us to court with a dirty retired cop sitting at the front of us and finding us guilty on hearsay, and then thinks I'm gonna put money in your pocket? Go screw yourself. It's like I said to you, I served you 7 lawsuits that are pending for almost $2 billion, and we're gonna collect on every dime from you people. We're not suing the city. Do you understand that? We're suing the mayor, the council, the CEO, everybody that's been ripping us off and taking money out of our pockets illegally. And they've been having a hell of a good time in there. We need an independent audit done on this place. Because if it's corrupt, okay? Yeah, they do. They laugh. He laughs like shit.
Yeah, he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's laughing at you guys.
This is Ron Ashmore.
Yeah.
You're the mayor. And you have
That's a fair response.
How many lawsuits you got?
No, I mean,
yeah.
we're not going to get into lawsuits and stuff tonight. Okay, Rick, yeah.
Okay, in regard to the amount of money that's
They want an outside forensic audit done on this place. 10, 12, 14 years of Lethem. And we know how corrupt Letham is. Man, shit, he worked for Flatto the whole time he was the mayor. I mean, what do you want, eh? I did a book on him. 179 or 200 pages, their documents.
I saw it.
Of how corrupt Mr. Letham and council are and were.
And very accurate, too.
Right on the money. So now we've even had more fun with them. I managed finally to get into court against them and their crooked appointed, he's a retired cop.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going in front of a worship and you think he has the knowledge?
Paid by the city.
Well, appointed by the province, but the crown attorney gets paid by the city, so they all work for the city.
To make more money.
Well, that's the piggy bank. Come on. The only man they've been getting away with it for over 20 years, right? So finally, I get into court. We put forth all legal documents. His worship, retired cop Ronald R. Prestige, and the Crown had already found us guilty before we even started the trial, thank God. Thank God they found us guilty. I couldn't believe it. I thought I scared him so bad with 17 volumes of documents that he never read. He never read the fact that we weren't open for 3 years. And the fact is I have an MTO letter stating in February the 10th, 2021, that we are 100% compliant at our property within our zoning. I can't believe that, well, I guess I do believe, because I was in front of him in 2014 on another matter, and he did the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Found me guilty, okay?
There's actually quite a few. I've done a bit of investigational work.
Well,
they use him for a while.
Oh, no, this is his little courthouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you got to thank Mr. McGinty, because it's McGinty, the crooked bastard. Pardon my French, I'm sorry. I have more choice words than that for him. But the fact is, before McGinty got out of office, he made sure that he appointed these crooked cops and any of his friends in places that if his cabinet or himself became charged, when they went up in front of him, they got a little slap on the hand, like Mr. McGinty did for that gas plant scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just fits into play.
That costs hundreds of billions.
And I think he only served 3 months.
Yeah.
And they all got they made a lot of money on that one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But getting back, okay, so anyways, I looked at what they said, and we laughed. We thought this was funny, okay? Now I have filed in what a real court called Court of Appeal, Osgoode Hall, 130 West Street, Toronto, Ontario. I've been there a number of times. Boy, it's a good court. These are judges, real judges that have the expertise to deal on these issues, or they can't sit. It's just that simple. So we've applied, we've been accepted, I have my file number. So I thought to myself, you know what, it's about time, because I was upset when you raised the issue with Mr. Elmslie at Ashmore's first town hall meeting, and he said, well, Dougie, when are you going to sue us? And you said, pretty soon,
yeah.
Right?
And he turned around and said, sue me!
And then you know what was funnier? What was funny?
Not we'll look at it and try and resolve the situation. He just said, sue me.
Well, because at that time, the province had him and the council and the CAO all protected.
Yeah.
And he found out on Monday
that he wasn't
the province went and passed a bill that said, guess what? You're on your own. We're not looking after you for your crooked deals you've been doing. So anyways, I walked into I did a brown package up for the mayor, the CAO, the clerks, okay, with notice of legal action pending. And I gave them a very nice explanation, a way as to how you have to do this. I mean, I've done it a lot, but I thought I better give them an explanation. But they didn't read it either. And they don't read anything,
they don't.
These guys.
Yeah,
So, anyways, I served them with 7 lawsuits pending for a total of $2 billion in financial and punitive damages as to what they've done to all the people in the city of Kawartha Lakes. And Mr. Elmslie thought that was funny again.
Yeah.
And then we go down to Dunsford to Ron Ashmore's town hall meeting, and Mr. Elmslie, I brought it up and managed to get it out in front of the public. They didn't want it out. Well, then Mr. Elmslie put a silly smirk on his face. And one of the guys yelled at him. He says, "You wipe that smirk off your face or I'll wipe it off for you." Well, poor old Elmslie, he stood up and sat right back down again, shut his mouth, and was just like a little kid, right? But anyways, that's not the real issue that's going on here, eh? I want to basically be able to tell the public what the city's been doing. So when they find you guilty and they give you a nice big fine, they always say, "We'll give you as much time as you need to pay that fine, as long as you make an effort that you're trying to get it paid." So when I got my fines, and there's quite a few of them here, they total over $70,000, right? That's what they thought they were going to take from me. Anyways, I asked the very question we did of Mr. Elmslie on Thursday night. Where's all the millions and millions and millions of dollars that the city has taken in from that provincial government courthouse that we call Hazard County, right? Because it's just like everything that's done here. It's all corrupt and crooked. Anyways, Mr. Elmslie couldn't answer us. He just sat down and kept his mouth shut because I'm not sure whether he even knows, right?
No, he knows where it is.
Oh, I know, but he's going to try to play stupid, right? Because once upon a time, one of his counselors told me that Mr. Elmslie is starting to suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia. And I'm honestly believing he is.
No, I think it's just whenever he gets his back up against the wall, he can't think about what he's going to say.
Well, the problem is he hasn't got his right-hand man, Ron Taylor, there to work his hands and explain everything as to what's going on.
If he would just be straight with the people, he wouldn't have to do all that.
Well, no, if he was honest,
yeah.
If he was honest and had some morals, there wouldn't be Doug and me. There wouldn't be all the people now that are chasing them, wanting answers. If these people just knew how to be honest and accountable for all the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
You know, I think a lot of the money could be going towards legal fees.
Well, maybe.
You know, because there is a lot of downtown GTA lawyers that they have on retainers. Big law firms.
Oh, you're talking about Bay Street.
Oh, yeah, Bay Street.
Bay Street. Same lawyers I use.
Yeah.
Not the same lawyers. I got better lawyers than they got.
But why?
Right.
If they're straight with the people, they don't need that legal defense.
Well, because it's like what happened to me, Doug. They called me. I had to go into court on November the 28th in the morning. 9 o'clock sharp. You had to be in the court. I get out. They hadn't plowed the parking lot. They hadn't plowed or salted anything. And I'm walking up the parking lot with the law clerk that's in the courthouse. And my wife and my employee and Kelly are watching us come back because I dropped them off ahead of time at the doors. All of a sudden, my feet went out from underneath me because there's glare ice, and I did a nose plant. So holy crap, so everybody would have said, did he die? Hopefully, right? So what happened next was, right, I had to get a hold of an injury lawyer, right? Oh, where is that? Oh, here it is. Sorry, people. Here it is. Presler Law Firm. Okay? And I gave them an explanation of why. Because they're all the time saying that they deliver the best services that money can buy. Right, Doug?
Mm-hmm.
That they're out there salting, sanding.
Oh, yeah.
And they're looking after people's well-being. Yeah. Well, in my case, they couldn't even salt the piggy bank parking lot. So there's Presler Law, right? I had to serve the city, because what happens when you serve them pending lawsuit, so everybody understands, you have 2 years then to file that claim against the city. So what Presler says is, because I had a previous injury caused by the city, that this may be a very expensive bill for the city, and I'm not referring to us, the people. I'm referring to the mayor and the council and the CAO that hired this company, local company, to salt and sand and plow the snow in the city here.
Yeah.
You know, and that guy's, he started out with old junk trucks.
Yeah.
Now he's got all brand new trucks.
Wonder why.
Yeah, and you see them all over. There's only 2 of them, eh? That seem to get all these contracts, and they're canceling contracts on other people that gave really, that's what come out of the meeting there at Thurstonia, that they were really upset that they went and canceled the private contractor that has done an excellent job. Everybody was happy. And now the city went out and bought brand new trucks and hiring more people, and they've tore the grass up, and they've not salted, they don't get there.
No.
You know, but again, all I can say is that there's a lot of legal actions pending against the mayor, Doug Elmslie, against the deputy mayor, Tracy Richardson, against Emmett Yeo, against Pat Warren, against Eric Smeaton, against Mike Perry, against Dan Joyce, against Charlie McDonald, and especially our good friend, Mr. Ron Ashmore.
Yeah.
And then we've got the CAO, Ron Taylor, making $220,000, and he doesn't talk with his mouth. He's a hand puppet, right? He just talks with his hands and thinks that he knows what he's doing. Everybody thinks he's, I guess, next to God. He's godly.
He's a spin doctor.
Yeah, he can spin words like you've never seen, right? And then we got 3 clerks. And I keep wondering, what do we got 3 clerks for? Can't one clerk do the job? Right? But
Used to.
I mean, here we are with 1,400 employees, and now in the budget they want to hire more. They've increased our taxes overall. On average, it's 4%. Mine are going to go up 26% because I have 3 zonings on mine: commercial, residential, and manufacturing, right? Farmers are going to get hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough, the farmers, Doug? The cost of input costs, the cost of everything, and what the commodity prices are, they're going nowhere.
Yeah.
They're just spinning their wheels.
Yeah.
It's like business. They say that in Canada, that the consumer debt is the highest it's ever been in history. And these people, these great people here at City Hall, they're going to raise their own wages 2%.
2%.
Can you imagine? They put a budget on us that we can't afford and don't need, and then they're going to turn around and raise their salaries 2%. Now, that really tells you a lot, doesn't it? They're only here for one purpose, Doug?
Yeah, money.
Money, greed, and power. It's like you got to ask yourself, how does all these GTA mob developers come in here and just do whatever they want? And yet our local developers can't get permits, can't build, all kinds of excuses. But the GTA boys, with all their dirty mob money, I don't know, how many brown bags would they pass out at Christmas time?
Gotta be. The reason, like, we were to some meetings in the spring there. Developers were asking to proceed on with, and some of them had the ability and the zoning and the whole bit to do that. Infrastructure actually in the ground.
And they've been allocated it.
Allocated to do it. And, of course, who gets the jurisdiction?
Mr. Flatto and Tribute Homes and all those condominium builders up there in Fenland in Dougie's own backyard.
Yeah.
I wonder now whether he's going to get a condo or whether he's going to move up and get a free house.
I think he's just going to get money.
I think, you know what? I honestly think when we're all done with him, Doug, and the group of us now, I think they're all going to be wearing orange jumpsuits.
You know what?
You know what? I really think so.
Something about cash that's not traceable.
No, but the problem is they're not smart enough. They're not smart enough. They leave a paper trail. And the problem is when you get them into court and you get to examine their assets and how they got those assets, where'd that money come from? And how'd you get that money? And here's all these ones that are on council. Every one of them took public money from developers, from private individuals that paid for their campaigns.
During their election last
year. And it's like what I said. We haven't told you the whole story yet. We filed in the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal, and we have a file number there. And we're pulling them all in there first because they violated our human rights. They violated our Bill of Rights. They violated our charter rights. They've damn near violated every right that we have.
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So we figure if you know anything about the law, you take them first into a tribunal, and we'll win there. Well, then it's an easy win in court. So we've put them on notice, right, Doug?
Mm-hmm.
That there's some more pending lawsuits coming for their actions, illegal actions under the Municipal Act. They don't even have the authority under the Municipal Act, if they understood and read it in court, to even issue permits. Their role in the Municipal Act says clearly they can issue permits for signs, signs, and fences. I can't believe they don't understand this, eh? They've been just doing whatever, and everybody's just accepted it, right? Any comments from our reporter that's covering this for us? Not a bit. All right. All I can say is, Doug, I want to wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas.
It's Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year.
And what we've done, we served them, the council, the CAO, and the clerks, and some other great people here in City Hall, that we're giving them the option, that they better vacate City Hall on January the 1st, 2024, or we will start filing statements of claims against them for, like we said, billions and millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages. So for Bill,
And for Doug.
this is the Korth Insider. Thank you.